All right, 27-year-old virgin. Jesus Christ. Hey, Billy, I'd love to hear your humorous take on my pathetic situation. First of all, dude, let's work on your self-esteem. All right, you're already shitting all over yourself. All right, watch this guy. Watch him shit all over himself. I'm a 27-year-old virgin. Oh, Jesus. That's what he wrote. Now, your first question is going to be, how the fuck did that happen? Well, to protect myself, I'd actually prefer to keep my background as quiet as possible. Hey, I'm not trying to get you to rat yourself out. Here's what I can say. I come from a rich town inhabited by obnoxious cunts. I was always the weird kid and very socially awkward. People hated me no matter how nice I was. Jesus Christ, dude, are you like a superhero? That's like the exact same background of like every fucking superhero movie, isn't it? It's probably because nerds write those movies. Because they don't know how to fight, and all of a sudden they're like, what if I knew how to fight? What if I could fly? What if there was a guy who could save me? And then they draw it. And then nerds line up around the block to go see it. Dude, you see the new Spider-Man? Yes, it's exactly like the other ones. I was always the weird kid and very socially awkward. People hated me no matter how nice I was, and eventually I came to hate myself and still do. I called it. Dude, I fucking called it. He's shitting all over himself. Eventually, it was discovered that I most likely have a mild case of Asperger's syndrome, which is a mild form of autism, which is way out of my league. Are you guys trying to make me look dumb? I thought I did that. I achieved that by how awful I read out loud. Here we go. That causes social ineptitude and quirky personality traits. Well, I would go find a hooker with Asperger's. That's the first thing I would do. And get the fucking V off my back. Definitely wear a condom. See, that's where my advice is going to be coming from. You guys have some weird conversation in some ironic vehicle. At least discovering this made me more of self-aware, and I've been able to clean up my act over the last few years. But I still have a lot of social anxiety and shyness and very few friends. On the flip side, I'm actually pretty decent looking. I have a decent job in a laboratory. He's a fucking... This guy, he's going to get bit by something radioactive, and he's going to become a superhero. And I'm a certified commercial pilot and do volunteer work. Dude, like, you know something? If I was in the FBI, like, so many fucking red flags just went up there. Okay, that's the setup now. Now for the question. First, what the fuck would you do if you were in my situation? I told you, I'd get a hooker with Asperger's syndrome, and you guys could just bond over that. I don't know. Let me read all your questions. I'm obviously kidding about trying to find a hooker with Asperger's syndrome, all right? You couldn't find one. That would be like needle in a haystack. What you'd have to do is go to an escort service and request that personally. I would think. I'm looking for 36, 24, 36 with Asperger. Hair color does not matter. Yes, I can hold. Next, if eventually I ever do make it anywhere with a chick, should I tell her up front about my status? I had this conversation a few weeks ago with a friend who has a lot of romantic experience, and she said it would be extremely obvious that I'm new to the game and that withholding that information could itself be detrimental. But I also know that if I do tell a chick I'm 27-year-old virgin, she will demand an explanation before going any further, and it will send up red flags for the most. What do you do, Bill? Thanks for doing your awesome podcast, and go fuck yourself. All right, this is what I would do. I would just start hitting on every chick that fucking interests me, and I would be just totally honest. Tell her what your situation is, and if she doesn't accept it, then fuck her. Let her walk. And then you don't have to deal with any of the bullshit. You just fast forwarded through a 3-year fucking horrific relationship. I would just be upfront with people. I wouldn't open it with, hey, you have beautiful eyes and I have Asperger. I wouldn't do that. I would work on my self-esteem. I wouldn't talk shit. You shit on yourself right out of the gate. I mean, obviously I knew you were going to do that when you said you were a 27-year-old virgin. And you're probably going to go that route, but think good thoughts about yourself, man. I know that's kind of like simple, but you got to amp yourself up a little bit. Go out there and you don't have to go find the chick of your dreams, but just go out. You don't got to tell some girl you got fucking Asperger's syndrome. You don't. Why don't you just do that with somebody that you're really interested in? But if you just want to go out and get laid, just go out there, start hitting on chicks, turn it into a game. So you don't have to deal with the pain of the rejection. Just be like, all right, I don't have the balls to take the next step. Whatever that step is, peeling yourself off the fucking wall, striking up a conversation, just saying hello to a pretty girl as she walks down the street. Just try to get over that fucking hurdle and give yourself permission to suck. And you gradually build it up. It's like learning how to play guitar. You're not going to pick it up and immediately be able to play all your songs. You learn a couple of fucking chords, then your fingers hurt, right? And you get frustrated, but you keep coming back and eventually you can fucking play. Pussy is no different. That's what I would do. Put the Asperger on the back burner. Who knows, dude? Maybe you're not as fucked up as you think you are. Socially. You know what I mean? Maybe you got a sense of humor under there. I think you do. You shit on yourself in a funny way. Spin it around that way. Do you have any interests? Go to a fucking, I don't know, whatever. Do you fly kites? Go to some flying the kite convention. There's got to be some woman there who also likes kites. I know that was an overly simplified thing, but that's what I would do. All right? And then when you go to hook up with somebody, and they, tell them if you start, don't know what you're doing too. Watch a couple of fucking pornos. You'll get the idea. Actually, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Because then you'll fucking start slapping them around. Yeah, don't do that. I don't know what to tell you, dude. Buy some books. There you go. Buy some books in that part of the bookstore that, if bookstores exist anymore. Go online. There's got to be plenty of information. I bet if you literally looked up finger banging technique, if you looked how to kiss, I bet there's just going to be reams of fucking information. I've never done that because I never had to. Oh, just kidding. Of course I had to. You think that I didn't wish that fucking information was around? Way back in the day when you had no idea, you just practiced kissing your fucking pillow and tried to overhear conversations in the fucking high school cafeteria and try to figure out what people were talking about. That's all I could do. You have the whole world at your fingertips, So when you're done in the laboratory working with radioactive shit before you get bit by something, why don't you go out and get laid before you learn how to fly? All right? All right. Hey, Bill, this is entitled Afraid to Break Up with Girlfriend. I'm going to read slow so this takes up as much time as possible. Hey, Bill. I'd like to get your advice on something. I've been dating my girlfriend for almost a year now, and I've been thinking about breaking up with her. Well, it's time to break up with her, sir. All right? Been dating her for a year, If you're thinking about breaking it, it's time. Okay? He says, we get along fine, and we rarely argue. I was just thinking of a great way to break up with someone. They should invent like a breakup suit, right? Just something where you just cannot get injured, and you just put the thing on with the fucking helmet. You don't wear the helmet. You just put the onesie zip up on, and which totally protects everything, right? And then you get in the passenger seat, and you let her drive. Now, why are you going to let me drive? Well, you just drive tonight. But you always like to drive. Honey, you just drive. Okay, why are you wearing that suit? It's all going to make sense in about 5 miles, right? You get out on the fucking highway, and you just start talking to her. And out of nowhere, you just put the helmet on. And she says, what are you doing? And just say, listen, I don't want to go out with you anymore. And then she goes, what? And you go, hey, watch this. And you just open the door and you roll out of the fucking car. That's it. You're out. Type up a fake police report. You tell them that you died. Then she feels bad for you. You don't have to deal with any sort of repercussions. Anyways, he says, we get along fine and we rarely argue. But I'm starting to realize I don't really want to be with her for the long haul. When we started dating, this fucking thing. These iPads suck, by the way. All right? You know what an iPad is? It's a fucking laptop for pussies. What's the matter? Your laptop is too heavy, you fucking douchebag? This thing doesn't have a keyboard. It's got nothing. You think that they don't know how to make this thing into a fucking laptop already? Of course they do. This is the Steve Jobs way of doing things. Rather than just giving you the whole fucking thing, he's going to give it to you in increments like a goddamn drug dealer. That's why I haven't bought one of these yet. This is Nia's, by the way. I borrowed this fucking thing. And I am not enjoying it, as you can tell, as I'm throwing a temper tantrum here. You know when I'm going to buy a fucking iPad? I'm going to buy it when it is a laptop, when it is a little light laptop. Until then, I'm not having this fucking This is like when you go, I really want to get the new Camaro, and then you get the one with the V6 engine rather than getting the full out one with the stick shift, which is a laptop, right? It's too heavy. Fucking do shoulders at the gym next time you do that, okay? Maybe do that. Maybe you do some stuff to build up your wrists. Oh, God, Bill, can you get through the question? All right, I will. He says, when we first started dating, I loved hanging out with her, but I'm just not into her anymore. Does that make me an asshole? No, it doesn't. Why would your own true feelings make you an asshole, sir? How awful were your parents? He says, I'm 23 years old with a somewhat... Why am I... I'm really being a cunt this week. This guy's asking for my advice. Let's try to bring the anger down, Bill. You're frustrated. It's fucking hot in here. You can't open the window because you say cunt too much. This building's a co-op, and they'll kick you out. Okay? That's what's going on here. It has nothing to do with this person, okay? So why don't you just try to be a nice guy? That's what I should have done off the mic, like I'm scolding myself. Just try to be a nice guy. Let's not take out your bad day on everyone else, okay? You're embarrassing me. All right, I'm 23 years old with somewhat of a decent job and really just want to go back to being single for a while. Exactly, dude. You're 23 years old. Dude, you're a fucking movie star at that age. I don't care what you're doing for a living. You should definitely be single. He said the problem is she's got a lot of stress in her life right now. Not your problem. She's finishing nursing school and trying to find a job. All right, we'll tell her to put on the outfit, bang her one more time, and, hey, watch this. You bail out of the car. Oh, that's mean. Anyways, he says, and she has a history of depression. Over the past year, I feel like she is becoming emotionally dependent on me, like I'm keeping her going or something. Well, Jesus Christ, no wonder you want to get rid of her. You don't want this. You want someone that's going to be fun to be around. You don't want her, it's sunny out and she's acting like it's raining out. With her fucking head under the pillow. One of these days, you stay with that long enough, one of these days you're just going to he's going to smother her with that pillow. So anyways, so how do I go about breaking up with her while causing the least amount of damage? He said, also, she always leaves some of her shit in my apartment. Yes, because she wants to fucking... Oh, yeah, she's clinging on to you. He says clothes, blanket, other random shit. I try to get her to take her shit home with her, but how do I avoid the after breakup coming over to get my stuff? I hate that. Anyway, go fuck yourself. All right. Look, there's no easy way to break up with somebody. All right? There's just easier ways. The sooner the better. I know, dude. This is like dismantling a bomb. See, what you would like to do is say, hey, can you come by today? I want to talk to you about something, right? And sure, I'll be right over. And then immediately just take out a box, put all of her shit in it, tape it up, and then she rings the bell. Bing, bong. You open the door. You go, yeah, don't want to date you anymore. And you just hand her the box and close the door. Right? Dude, there's money to be made in this, man. Does anybody have a professional breakup service? That's such a pussy thing to do, but that would be phenomenal. You make your person feel like they got fired. Like when a corporation fires you and just two security people show up, confiscate your computer and then escort you out of the building. Wouldn't that be great? Dude, that's what you should do. Just hire two of your friends to dress up like security guards. Tell her you want to break up, and then they have all her shit in the box. Escort her right out of your apartment building like she got fired. It'll come off as professional rather than like personal. How do you go about breaking up with her? You know what I would do? I wouldn't put all her shit in the box because that's going to come off cold, and you don't want to hurt her feelings like that. So I would just, fuck it. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Why did I drink last night? And then I got up and did Opie and Anthony. What the fuck is wrong with me? I knew I had a podcast to do. You're embarrassing me. I don't fucking know. Just have her come over and just say, listen, I'm not happy. Oh, that's a great one. That's a classic. Like if you were a singer-songwriter, the second you said that, the whole crowd would start applauding, recognizing the big hit. Of all the girls I knew before. You know, they all start fucking clapping. You know, if they just came out, you just did classic breakup monologues. Listen, I'm just not happy. Everyone, just that smattering of applause. You wait for it to die down. Let the orchestra come around again. You jump back in on the one. Man, just tell you you're not happy. I'm not happy anymore. And dude, let me tell you something. Her being depressed is not your fucking problem. All right? Her being depressed is the fucking problem. How can you do this to me? What do you mean, how can I do this to you? You know what would be worse if I fucking stayed with you and I didn't love you? I don't love you anymore. I don't love you, depressed whore. I just called you a whore as a generic term. You know, I'm not happy. I want out. Okay? I just feel like I want to be single right now. I just don't feel like I'm going to be with you in the long haul. We'll just be wasting each other's time. My time is important, and so is yours. All right? I don't want to go anymore. But I'll tell you what, if you go to Stamps.com, they'll give you $55 free stamps and a scale. That's what you do. Just tag every mean thing you say with all the advertising. You know, if you go to Amazon.com through Bill Burr's website, you know, click on the little Amazon banner. Whatever you buy, you know, portion of that money goes back to Bill Burr, and then the percentage of that goes to the Wounded Warriors Project. So I know I'm breaking up with you right now, but we could also support the troops. Right? Sir, look, there's no fucking easy way to do this, and you're going to be sitting there. How many more holidays? How many more birthdays? How many more Christmases, which is a holiday? Sorry, you always need 3 examples. Do you want to go through with this person? How many more times do you want to go out and rent bikes, go to a picnic, sit there on a sunny day as she's sitting there with that cloud over her fucking head? You know? Dude, you know, don't do that to yourself. The amount of fucking people who are just wonderful human beings and they just end up with assholes. I swear to God, assholes, they look for wonderful human beings because other assholes are not going to put up with them. You know? So you need to be an asshole here. You know, the how society looks as an asshole, like you're being selfish. You're not being selfish. All right? Choose yourself. Choose your own fucking life. Dump her and get on with your life. You know? This is what you do. You get yourself a 6 of fucking pale ale or whatever beer you like. You stick a couple of glasses in the fucking freezer. All right? Like anticipation of this championship that you know you're going to win. You know? Like they did in the Red Sox dugout when they had the champagne on ice in Game 6 in 1986 before they had to quickly wheel it out. Okay? Except you're not going to let this one go through your legs, sir. You're kicking this one right in the cunt, and you're taking home the fucking championship. And when it's over, all you got to be just thinking about those frosty fucking brews in the fridge. Just think about that. Just look at the clock when she walks in. All right? Let's say she comes in at 10 past 2. Just say to yourself, worst case scenario, by 3 fucking 30, I'm going to be sitting down on this fucking couch, all right, with my goddamn phone off, drinking a couple of 5 or 6 of these things. And then that's it. All right? And then don't fucking have post-breakup sex. Don't do that, because then she'll think that you're back together again. Fuck all of that. All right, well, I just got to come by and get my stuff. Okay. When do you want to come by? This is coming off really cold. She's going to do all of that and just try to keep dragging you back into the fucking thing. I don't know if this is a punk thing to do, but after you break up with her, just don't answer the phone when she calls. And then she'll finally just say, listen, I gotta come by and get my stuff. Can you text her back? Fuck it, just be a man. What is she gonna do? Body slam you? She's just gonna make you feel bad. All right? Oh, why'd you break up with me? Is it because I don't blow you enough? No, it's because you're a mopey. You're sucking the life out of me. You know, and when you get that sad look on your face, you look like a Muppet. There, I said it. All right? There's your shit over there in the corner. I got a couple of cool ones in the fridge. So why don't you do me a favor? All right? Get over there, bend down, lift with your knees, get your shit, and get the fuck out of here. What do you say there, Toots? Your Prince Charming is out there somewhere. You know? It ain't here. I'm not riding that horse anymore. Okay? I just shot it in the back of the head. It's over. Okay? So why don't you trudge on out of here there, fucking Cinderella? Go look at a mirror, go climb up in a tower and fucking drop your hair out, whatever the fuck you're supposed to do. Kiss a frog. All right? I got drinking to do. But beat it. Something like that. Like I said, all that bullshit I said, 10 past 2, it's over by 3:30. By 3:30, you're boozing. All right? I don't know. No, they're fucking brutal. Breaking up with somebody's brutal. Not as brutal as the awfulness of this fucking podcast, but other than that.
You know, how awkward would it be if I just mentioned 9/11 and started blubbering? Or anything worse than somebody cries like way too long after 9/11?
Oh, by the way, we're sitting in Jim's fucking fabulous hotel room, so that would really be fucking uncomfortable.
Just creepy, yeah.
As long as the mics are on and I feel there's an audience, even though I can't see them, it wouldn't be that bad. But if we were just here by ourselves, which fucking takes me back to a moment.
Cleveland?
Yes, I was in a hotel room pissed, and you fucking knocked on the door and talked me off the fucking ledge. It was the gig after the Philly gig where I was like, I knew that they were going to boo me again just to boo me. Rather than Philly, they booed me because they didn't like me. And then by the time the fucking Cleveland gig, you guys gave me so many props that the crowd wanted to see it again.
Yeah.
So I was asking somebody there, hey, just put me on early. Give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Everybody's like, yeah, don't worry. And then I was in the exact same spot. I go out there and I just walk out. I'm on for 2 seconds. They just start booing me. Just to boo me, and I was like, look, I'm not going to pretend to get mad because you guys are pretending to boo me, and it didn't go anywhere. And I got off stage, and I was fucking livid. I remember me and Jeff Will still laugh about it because Jeff was like, no, I'm sorry. I was like, fuck you. Fuck this venue. Fuck this state. Fuck everything. And I left. I think I threw a water bottle.
Yeah, you were very unhappy.
I was not happy. And, oh, no, because I catastrophize in my head, so I was like going, oh, my God, I've become the boo-em guy, and I'm going to go everywhere I go. I kind of forgot because I had been on the Virus tour long enough that, to me, a normal show was fucking 10,000 people.
Right.
And I wasn't thinking, like, my next gig after that tour, I was at the Punchline. It's like a cozy 200 people, and I can see everyone, you know. And so if anybody fucked with me, I could get them. And so anyways, so I go back to the fucking hotel room. Ready to quit the business, and I hear a knock on the door, and you came walking in and fucking talked me off the ledge.
I remember that. I don't even remember what we spoke about. I just remember you were very upset, and I knew why, and you were like, they fucking, and I was like, dude, they did it because they were trying to recapture a moment that they wanted to be a part of something that was very amazing to them, as opposed to they hated you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but
no.
I didn't.
And I was convinced everyone was out to get me. The crowd, the show. Live Nation, everybody.
I'm still convinced they're out to fuck me. I couldn't get on the Oddball tour this year. I can't get on the Oddball tour, and they're doing fucking the Tweeter Center and
you played half
PNC.
those places.
What's that?
You've played half of those places.
Yeah, and I can't get on the. I couldn't get a fucking set on the Oddball.
Whatever. They'll have it next year.
Because then you're on stage in front of 10,000 people, and getting an unfair booing. That was when we first started on K-Rock.
Right.
And you had been the XM listeners loved you, but the K-Rock listeners didn't know you as well at that point because it was a new thing and you had been away. And they're booing you, and you pull out this fucking one of the great moments of stand-up that I've ever witnessed, which was just turning 10,000 Philadelphia fucking monsters. And they're the worst crowds in the world if they don't like you, and you turned them. You did the impossible, and that's like.
Well, I lucked out the
that.
sports thing. There was enough Jersey and New York sports fans, you know, the Patrick Division and whatever, the National League East or whatever. There's enough Mets fans that hated the Phillies. There's enough fucking fans that everybody hates the fucking Flyers, you know, except for Philly fans. So I was able to do that. But what was funny was when I finished that set, I felt bad because you had to go on next, and I was like, oh, God, you know, when a comic burns down the room. And that was not you can burn down the room, I feel, as the headliner. But to burn down the room when there's another guy going up on basically your showcase night, I was sitting there. I thought you were going to be mad at me. And and you went out, never addressed what just happened, went right into your act and fucking smashed them.
Yeah, I mean, again, they knew me though. It was like the terrestrial crowd knew me, so I had to, you know, it was kind of like, you know, they were expecting me to come out, but I felt, you know, if that show had occurred 6 months after that,
right,
when that crowd knew you, that never would have happened. That was a really weird transition time. But what you did with that crowd, I mean, yeah, it was the sports knowledge, but it was about the ability to pull that out in front of all those people, because it took a while. They didn't just start laughing.
Well, you know what? I'd been booed before. I got booed on a Vegas show. And I didn't leave, but I didn't know. The first time you get booed, dude, is fucking unreal. It's like, it's the weirdest experience because you have exactly what you want, the total focus of the crowd, but the exact opposite emotion.
Right.
I've always compared it to, like, you know, when they do the reverse echoes on those Zeppelin things to make it seem like you're in hell. Like the echo comes first before your voice. That's like sort of the stand-up version of that, where it's like they're cheering but they're booing. It's the most fucked up thing. And I remember after getting booed, just fucking walking through the hotel, going back to my room, and I started thinking about people in the crowd. And it's like, all right, Bill, you got booed, but you let that guy boo you? You let that woman with that awful dress, that guy with the big head, you could have at least said that. It was just so shocking the first time it happened. And also I did a lot of those, the uptown rooms, as they called them, the black rooms.
Black crowds, yeah.
So you kind of had to get, I was in fighting shape, so it somehow... I just remember Opie coming through the curtain. Opie and Ant, I think he had his glass of red wine, and Opie just came walking through and was just like, he goes, that was one for the ages, bro. And just came walking out. And what was funny was you went out and killed, and the second that was done, that was the end of the show. And then they brought me back out for the curtain call, and I got booed again, half clapping, half booing. And I remember there was this dude who ran up to the stage. He was going, Bill Burr, he's screaming. He's going, fuck you, fuck you. And I'm going, what? And he's giving me the finger. He's going, fuck you, fuck you. And I kept going, what? It's like, you're giving me the finger. How do I not know? I just kept going, I can't hear you. I literally got him hopping mad. He was jumping up and down, screaming, giving me the finger. I just kept going, I can't. And I kept cupping my ear like, I can't hear you. And the guy went, fuck you, fuck you. And I just laughed at him. And, that was the end of it. And I remember I rode back with Bobby Kelly, and I had a fucking splitting headache after it. And I just remember riding back with Bobby, and he was just laughing, going, dude, do you realize you just told 10,000 people to go fuck themselves? And I was dreading it because I was like, fuck, I know somebody filmed that. Because I thought when it got on the internet, I knew comics would appreciate it, but I didn't know if fans would get it. If they would just be like, oh, you got booed, you sucked, fuck this guy, ha ha, everybody laughing at you and shit, because can kind of go either way. But whatever. We're here for you here.
No. That to me was that was a fascinating thing to watch, because it was legitimately funny stuff. It wasn't like you were obnoxious and got the crowd. Like, you were really pounding them like a comic. Like, that's what was so fun about it. If you had just taken your pants off and waved your cock at them, and like, all right, any idiot could. Well,
still fucking hilarious though.
But that would have been much better, obviously. But I mean, that was still, that would have been like instant legend. But the fact that you got them as a comic,
I saw a guy do that.
Did you?
I'm not going to say because I don't want to get him in trouble.
Sure.
But I saw when I was doing late nights at the Cellar. Do you remember how they used to have that water pipe? They used to hang.
Sure.
And this guy used to go up. He's a fucking madman. And he used to fucking hang from that pipe by one arm, and he'd have this crazy look on his face. He looked like Charles Manson. I'm trying to let you know who this guy was, right? So he went on stage, and he's doing his fucking thing. And, like, really just one of these great comics where, like, just the pain of whatever he went through is right there on the surface. So if anybody moves, he's going to cut their head off. So there was some woman who was all fucking dressed up or something sitting, she's in her 50s, and she's not laughing. And he just keeps looking at her, and he just finally just starts going like, isn't that right, Mom? Huh? Mom, Mommy. And he got in her face, and he finally just goes, Mom, and screamed in her face, and she got like mad. And she goes, she started giving him shit, and he said, like, lady, if you don't, he got to the point, it's like, lady, if you don't shut up, I'm going to take my dick out and slap you in the face with it. And she goes, you don't have the balls. And he goes, oh, I don't have the balls? And he starts unzipping his pants. The crowd is going fucking nuts because they think he's joking. And he fucking pulled his dick out. and he had it by the shaft, and just his fucking purple head is coming out, and he made these machine gun noises, like right in her face, dude. Fucking place went ballistic, fucking ballistic, and he ended his set there.
I hope so, yeah.
And Wanda, who was hosting at the time, up and coming, Wanda Sykes, I think she was the host, fucking outroed him and then brought me up. Was it Wanda? Wanda hosted one of the fucked up ones. I can't remember. So brings me up, and I had to go on after him, and I was still new to New York, and I was already going to bomb. And he took his dick out and shook it in this fucking woman's face. And, dude, I can't even tell you how hard I ate it. And I was too green. I didn't know to be like, just riff about the guy taking his dick. Dude,
was.
I went up and tried to do my act. I went up and I immediately went up and like, gee, it's been raining a lot here in New York City. It just completely flatlined.
Yeah,
so.
it's like walking into a party and not acknowledging what's just been happening. Yeah,
That was awful.
Yeah, I think I know who you mean, man.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. If you watch the Philly rant, there's a time where I look over the DJ going, dude, why are you yelling out shit? You're fucking me up. I vaguely remember doing that, but what it actually was Patrice was trying to help me. He yelled out Invincible, which would have been a great one to bring up about Philly, which was about a guy who was working in a bar, tries out for the Eagles. Not only does he get a tryout, he makes the fucking team and has an impact. Like, I could have just gone off on how bad the Eagles sucked. And he. All right. Uber, everybody. Hey, you like making great money, right? Here's a really cool opportunity I had to share with you. This always starts off like it's a drug deal. Like, hey, man, you like making good money, right? Come on down the alley. You got a car and a driver's license? Driving with Uber. How old are you? Uber's that popular smartphone. You know, fucking Amazon sent me a fucking email, Nia.
What do you mean?
Saying they're going to close my account by October 31st because I never filled out the thing that said I wasn't interacting or I wasn't trying to interact with people 13 years of age or lower.
What?
On my website. On my website, like I do the Amazon link. Like
right.
If you go into Amazon, if you just click the link and you go there, it doesn't cost you any money, but Amazon kicks me a little bit of money. For driving traffic to their site.
Yes.
And then I take 10% of that.
Yes.
And I throw it to...
Wounded Warriors.
Not Wounded Warriors, anybody, because somebody told me that was a little sketchy. Is that sketchy? I have no idea. I don't know how to figure it out. But I found that St. Jude's is good.
Well, I don't think we should...
I'm finding with, like,
I don't think we should
Warriors,
say Wounded Warriors is sketchy.
I don't know if they are, but I
feel like we shouldn't say that.
I feel like Wounded Warriors, I want to walk up to the wounded guy and give him the money directly. Because I just feel like with the infrastructure...
Give him an envelope like in the Mafia?
Why not?
Sure. If you're going to locate all the Wounded Warriors and then personally
No, but I figure like whatever I'm going to give...
these organizations
if whatever
are
I
for.
give helps one guy, why don't I just... Or one woman, why don't I just walk up to that one person? So there's no infrastructure.
And how do you
I'll pay the gas money.
How do you propose that's going to work, Bill?
I got a podcast. I just said it.
Okay, so everyone's going to email to you and claim to be a Wounded Warrior.
And then I'll have like a little, like one of those game show things with everybody's name in it, and I'll fucking crank it around.
Like a bingo thing.
And I'll pull it out. And the winner is...
Yeah, but they can't...
And all the fucking money I'm giving goes to you.
But they can't prove that they're wounded by interacting with them on the internet. That's why you have Wounded Warriors and organizations like that. Like, because how are you going to know? Are you going to, like, do a home visit and then look around and be like, all right, and then whip out your checkbook?
You know, you really just took all the sunshine out of that, didn't you?
Sorry.
Anyways, so Amazon goes, you never filled out something that basically said that your website is not interacting with people under like 13 years of... I don't know if they listened to the podcast and it was fucking like me saying cunt and all this stuff. And they're like, what about children?
So people who don't like cursing.
I don't know what it is. So now I got to...
not like Amazon for...
Yeah, so now they made me feel all creepy.
Well, why don't you just say that you're not interacting with 13-year-olds?
Well, why don't they fucking ask me from the beginning and then not fucking come at me later like you never said that? It's like, dude, you never fucking asked me.
What do you mean? I thought you said they did ask you to sign
No, they just send me a random email out of nowhere going, you never said this. It's like, dude, you never fucking asked me.
Well, did you answer it?
No. I have until the 31st. Fuck you.
So what are we talking about?
I'm
I'm talking about them not asking the question and then coming at me like I'm some sort of fucking weirdo.
I think you're taking it a little too personally.
It isn't personally. You don't have somebody on the internet go, are you or are you not interacting with aimed at 13-year-olds? Yeah, it's fucking weird. Fuck you, Amazon, you fucking jerk-offs. Are you? Oh, what are they going to do?
Don't.
Yeah, what are they going to do?
I don't know.
The webs, what are they going to do? Not send me boxes of shit that I don't need? Fucking assholes. You want to send your packages by drones? Huh?
Do they really?
Yeah, a bunch of toilet covers flying past your fucking house. What? So they can save money so they don't have to have some guy drive it? You know what? Fuck Amazon and fuck the fucking link. All right, Uber, everybody.
You are never going to have another advertiser sponsor you again. You realize that, right?
I don't do it because of that.
That's true. You do it for the fans, man.
I do it because it's fun. If you're dumb enough to fucking advertise on my podcast, just with my reading skills alone, I've already compared the Uber app to like fucking drug dealers. I don't give a shit here. I don't give a shit. I live within my means. I'm wearing tennis shorts.
Nantucket, you're such a rebel.
I drive an 8-year-old.
Such a rebel, Bill.
I drive an 8-year-old.
In your tennis shorts on the island of Nantucket.
You stop telling these maniacs where I am.
Oh, sorry.
That's one of the rules. You never tell them that. You leave them like, why is he wearing tennis shorts? Why would he be doing that? This guy's even weirder than I thought. I have to keep listening. Once you go, oh, he's on fucking Nantucket, then they go, oh, now it all makes sense. Now they're not listening. And Uber loses money. All right, hey guys, you like making great money, right? Here's a really cool opportunity I evidently had to share with you. Driving with Uber. Uber's that popular smartphone app that connects riders with drivers. I take Uber a bunch. Did you know that, Nia? I love them, by the way. Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh my God.
Nothing I like better than getting into a complete stranger's car that isn't regulated by any sort of government fucking entity. Hey, buddy, how are you? Let's roll the dice again. Some of them have really interesting stories as to why they drive with Uber. I'm fucking broke, man. I don't make enough money at my other job. Jesus Christ, is that interesting? They love being their own boss. Don't they work for Uber? They earn great money. Well, their cars are halfway decent. They must be investing it in real estate. It's easy to start. This happened because you're here. You just need a car and a license. Exactly. No other background check, is there? Driving with Uber, got off on a murder, a technicality. Hey, welcome to Uber. Driving with Uber is great for anyone who needs flexibility. Parents, this is a really easy way to work around your family schedule. Students, you can make some extra money between classes. Doesn't that sound filthy? Now's the prime time to cash in with driving with Uber. You'll thank me for telling you how to get paid every week. I could be getting into your car when you drive with Uber. Call to action. You got a car and a license. Put them both to work for you and start earning serious life-changing money today. Sign up to Drive with Uber. Visit drivewithuber.com. That's drivewithuber.com. Drivewithuber.com. Huh?
Girlfriend cheating on her diet. What up, Billy Redknob?
I already don't like this person.
Why? You don't like that delivery?
No, that's actually pretty funny. Girlfriend cheating, ... on her diet.
On her diet? That sounds like a gay guy wrote that. On her diet.
Ridiculous.
Scandalous. I'm 27 years old and have a girlfriend of 6 years whom I live with. When we first got together, she had a sexy, athletic body. That all changed last year when she got promoted and started working long hours in a high-stress position. She began smoking weed almost every night, claiming it helped her relax after a hard day's work.
Yeah, man.
She also started eating like shit, lots of fast food, larger portions, etc. She's probably 60 to 70 pounds heavier than when we first met. And on her 5'3" frame, it fucking shows, man. After ignoring my subtle... That would show on a 6-foot frame. After ignoring my
probably 60 to 70 pounds heavier.
After ignoring my subtle hints for the last year, I finally sat her down last month and said enough is enough. She needs to make an effort to get healthier. I did everything to support her in losing weight. I paid for an expensive supplement program, that her coworkers recommended. I started making her healthy lunches every day to take to work. When she'd get home from work, I'd have a healthy dinner ready for her on the table. I even paid for a new gym membership and bought her a new bicycle. Today, I found a hidden cache of fast food wrappers in the garage. This led me to look at her bank statements from the last month. She's been picking up fast food on her way home from work nearly every day since we talked. This sounds like a Biggest Loser story. Not only that, she'd also buy fast food at lunches sometimes too, suggesting that she was tossing the lunches I made her in the trash. This really pissed me off. I'm a guy who takes care of my body and want a woman who does the same. She's only 24 and hasn't had children. She shouldn't have a beer gut, jowls, and saggy tits. You were so in the pocket. You were so in the
I want to
pocket.
fucking take your computer and throw it out the goddamn window. Can you please finish the rest of this so I can go off on this asshole? Please, just finish it, because I swear to fucking God. I swear to God.
I think he's making a lot of good points.
Oh my God.
The fact that I spent...
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
And
I'm
don't scream too close to the computer. I can't use a mixer this week. The fact that I spent all this money and effort on her only to have her sabotage it and hide it from me makes me seriously call our relationship into question. What would you do in my situation? Oh my God, Nia's taking off her shoes.
Oh my God. You know what? You
Hey, we have to be quiet.
I know. And you know what? You shallow, just bullshit fucking asshole guy who wrote this letter. Let me explain something to you right now. You think you care about her health? You don't care about her health. You certainly don't care about her state of mind. All you care about is whether or not your girlfriend's hot enough. What, for you, for your friends, for society? You don't give a shit. You said yourself she's got this job, she's stressed out, and so she's stress eating. That's what a lot of people do, okay? And you're sitting here, you seem like you were well-intentioned, right? But now it seems like you're just being fucking shallow because you don't care. You don't care about anything that's going on inside of her, physically or mentally or emotionally. All you care about is what she looks like. And now you're mad because she's like hiding it from you and you're calling into question her relationship. You've been with her for 6 years and you're going to call into question her relationship, how she feels about you because she's going through something emotional. Why don't you talk to her about how she feels instead of trying to put a Band-Aid on the problem and making it seem like you care when you obviously don't give a shit, okay? You're a shallow, superficial douchebag, and she should dump your ass and get hot, even hotter than when. And she's 24. You met her. Wait a minute.
Time out. Now, how would she go about getting even hotter? By losing 60 to 70 pounds?
No, you know what? She could get hotter by finding a guy who's making more money and who's nicer and like just a better person.
So she should become a gold-digging fat whore?
No.
Wait a minute. Now listen. Here's the deal.
Forget her even.
Time out.
Weight.
You're being too hard. I'm going to tell you right now.
She should just dump you.
No. Yeah, you're being.
You mean she had a better body when she was a teenager than she was when she started to get into like her like, what a surprise.
Time out.
That's unbelievable.
Time out.
That happens.
Oh my God.
When people get older and have like grown up responsibilities. That's really crazy how that happens.
Sir, you hit the. Listen.
And you've got, like a six-pack and a full head of hair, and you're just, like, the hottest guy ever, right? And that's not going to change for you maybe in 10 years? If you go through something and you're having a hard time, and the person that you supposedly love and cares about you and has been with you for 6 years just decides to, toss you aside because you gained some weight? Fuck you.
Wait a minute. Okay, time out. Can I defend this guy a little bit here?
Of course, sure. That's what you do. You defend the assholes who write into you. So, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I can't bite the hand that feeds. No, I'm not defending this guy just to defend this guy. Okay, first of all, you're ignoring the fact that this guy, he sat down with her in a nice way. Okay, in a caring way. Nia, to be 5'3" and put on 60 to 70 pounds, you're setting yourself up for heart disease, and you're going to die. And this guy, she hasn't even had kids yet. Okay, time out. And she has to go through all of that, which you know, Nia, okay, that's already hard enough as it. She's only 24 years old. You should not be 60 to 70 pounds. Overweight is obese. This girl is 2 times, on her way to 3 times. At 24, she's blowing out her body, and she's never going to be in shape again, and she's going to live a miserable fucking life, because a very difficult life because of it. She's going to blow out her knees. I'm telling you, all of this shit is going to come. And this guy, he did not sit down and say, "Hey, you used to be hot and now you're not." He's sat.
basically saying
Time
that
out.
at the end.
No, he isn't. No, he is. Time out. Time out. He sat down with her like an adult and said that basically, "I'm concerned about you. We said I love you. I'm concerned about you. I want to help you get healthier." This guy is making lunches for her. He's paying for a gym. He's doing all of this stuff. And in the end, when he's trying to help her out, and then she's going behind his back, eating, which she's doing it out of a shame thing, he felt betrayed, and then the anger comes out, and then that's when he says beer gut jowls and saggy tits. Okay, now this is the thing there. Like,
it's unnecessary for him to put it I understand what you're saying. Okay,
well, he has to,
you're right.
because he can't say that to her, and he has to get his anger out, or he has to make a fucking joke. He has to do something. And yeah, this guy's also 27 years old. He says he keeps himself in fucking shape, which, you know something? That's not fair to your partner. It's not fair to your partner to go out and put on that kind of weight, okay?
She's 24 years old, though. She can bounce back. It's not like she's 44. She's 24. Okay, it's hard to lose that kind of weight, of course, but she can do it. But I'm just saying, why can't he be more emotional? He's doing all this stuff where you do all the physical stuff, but he seems like he's incapable of being emotionally supportive to her.
What are you talking about? He was in the beginning. He was in the beginning. He did this. What he's doing in the end is he's talking to me, guy to guy. She's 24 years old, hasn't even had kids. She shouldn't have a beer gut jowls and saggy tits. You know what? He's coming at her like a football coach.
Well, she doesn't need a football coach.
He
she
didn't
needs
say
a
it to her.
That
He didn't
loves.
say it to her. He said it to me.
Suggesting she was tossing the lunches I made her in the trash.
Yeah.
Who knows? She might have just.
She's probably eating them both.
She's probably eating them both.
Right. What would you do in my situation? That help this fucking guy out. He seems like he's keeping himself in shape. He's actually a great boyfriend. If he was a dick, he would have said, "I'm breaking up with you because you have a beer gut and jowls." He didn't. He tried to help her with the fucking problem. Guys, problem solve, okay? Help this guy connect with her emotionally. So, I mean, look, she's got this high-stress fucking job, but, at some point, you got to settle into the stress of your job, or you have to get a new fucking job, but this is what it's doing to you. All right? And yeah, I got to tell you, you get 60 to 70 pounds overweight at 24 fucking years of age. What's going to happen at 34? And yeah, that is a legitimate question. It's a legitimate question because that weight thing is, it starts happening. People die, Nia. Not to bring up a bad fucking subject.
Yeah, you're really you're kind of taking it to the extreme, though. I mean,
but Nia, if you're going to think about being with somebody for the rest of their life, you're going to have kids with this person. They're already this much overweight. They're not going to be there. They're not going to fucking be there.
All right, fine. Maybe I went too far when I was calling him an asshole and all that kind of stuff.
I think you had a normal reaction because
it's that last thing. You know what I mean? Because you know what, you're right. Everything that he says he's doing in terms of making her healthy meals and buying her a bike and the gym membership, that's all well and good. And maybe this is the part about men and women that's difficult because yes, you guys try to problem solve. You don't try to connect on an emotional level and say
no, you bury the emotions,
right?
And you go to the gym.
Exactly. Where it sounds like what she needs to blow off steam, and a lot of people do. They eat, they drink, they smoke weed, they do other drugs. This is how they cope. These are how people cope.
That's another thing. She starts
skills.
using fucking alcohol's a drug, but now she's
weed, and that increases your hunger for most people like you wouldn't believe. So and you don't want a salad when you're high. You want pizza and cheeseburger and nachos.
Let me ask you this, Nia. Let me ask you this. Let's just say you're dating me. All right. Mm-hmm. We've been going out for 2 years. I'm in great shape, and then all of a sudden, the stress of the road, I put on 60 to 70 pounds and start smoking weed. Now, you're going to tell me that you're not going to entertain breaking up with me. You're not going to sit there and be like, this is going to be the father of my kids. This is the person I'm going to spend my life with. This guy who's acting like he's in fucking Wayne's World and Uncle Buck all at the same time.
You know what? I honestly can't say that I would. If you all of a sudden that's all you were doing with yourself, and whenever you weren't on the road, you were just sitting around smoking weed and eating.
You know what? You're
and
full
became
of
like,
shit. If I came home, imagine my pasty, freckled torso with man tits,
right?
my fucking navel the size of a $50 now,
Yeah.
smoking weed, and just sitting there fucking, that's going to affect my sex drive. And
Yeah,
now I'm
that's
getting on
true.
top of you.
Sweating all
Right?
over me.
Yeah. You got to get on top of me. I look like I'm pregnant. I mean, give me a fucking break. Right? And then you're walking down the street and you're seeing all these other guys going to the gym. And you're in the prime of your fucking life.
Yeah.
And you're going to pick a mate for the rest of your fucking life. And I'm already looking like I've worked on Wall Street for 30 fucking years. You're not going to sit there and have any second thoughts. Come on, you.
I mean, I might not be as sexual to you, that's for sure. But I wouldn't
Can
stop.
you just tear the Band-Aid off and just say what you're going to say?
But I wouldn't be like, I need to. That's the other
How would
thing
you
that I have a
approach
problem.
me? How would you approach me?
No, but listen, the
I'm
thing is,
60 to
this
70
is
pounds.
the problem. This is the problem that I have, especially with this whole letter. The fact that I spent all this money and effort on her, only to have her sabotage it and hide it from me, makes me seriously call our relationship into question. Why does that call your relationship into question?
Because she's being deceptive.
Yeah, because she's going through some emotional shit, but she's being deceptive about food. It's not like she's like cheating on it. She's like, you know what I mean?
I know she is.
For him
I know
to take
she
it,
is.
to make it to seem like, oh, or do you really not love me now? Because, you're not following this diet that we agreed that you would follow. Like, that's not a fair comparison to make on somebody. Like, it's really not fair to do that.
No, is it fair to do what she's doing?
Well, she's not doing it against him. And as a way to hurt him.
I know she isn't.
So you can't say, is it fair for her to be doing that to him?
You know
because
something?
That's not what it's like.
But this is this classic fucking female thing, where you guys are right when you're right, and you're right when you're wrong. Like, you're acting like,
you think she's doing this to hurt him?
Well, why can't she be a little more mature and just say, like, listen, why can't she sit down with him and just level with him and let him know, just say, listen, I got to be honest with you. I know that you care about me. I know that you sat down and you had this conversation with me, and I know that I said I was going to do this and this and this, but I'm actually doing that, and I'm actually, not going to the gym, and I feel bad that you're wasting your money and all that, and you're taking all this time to make a lunch every morning. How loving is that he's doing that?
She should do that.
Yeah, all right then. She's not 100% free of guilt. The thing about it is, Nia, is that guys are guys, and we talk like guys, and guys just get to the fucking heart of the matter.
I don't like the fact, what he said, he looked at her bank statements from last month. She's been picking up fast food on her way home for like nearly every day.
I gotta tell you, Nia, that's a chick thing to do. Go through somebody's email and snoop. He's snoop.
It is. It's
snoop.
It's,
And now
now
you don't like that. Now what if a woman did it? You probably would like it.
No, I don't. I hate when
She
people,
had a hunch.
No, I don't like
because
when people
that's
check self. I have friends who check, and I don't think it's smart to do. I think it's ridiculous. And also, it's like, don't look, because you more than likely you're going to see something that you don't want to see.
Well, I'll be checking your emails later on today.
I have nothing to hide.
All right,
you can check all my emails.
All right, so what should he do in this situation?
Well, first of all, I should probably apologize for saying fuck you and calling you an asshole. But yeah, you should just sit down and have a talk with her and just say, I'm concerned about you and what's going on with you emotionally. Like, tell me what's going on.
How does he deal with?
Maybe we can go for a walk after work and you can tell me about your day.
When he brings up the fact that he snooped and looked at her bank statements.
He does not need to do that.
Well, let's just say he does. Because at this point now, his girlfriend can
she's going to freak out.
And she can get a lot of weight behind those punches now.
You're such a dick. No, he should just say, I'm worried about you because I feel like you're going through some stuff and I tried to help you, but maybe it's not enough. Do you want to talk to me? Do you want to talk to somebody else? How are you feeling? Because she probably feels shitty about herself. She probably feels terrible about herself. She's gained that much weight. None of her clothes fit anymore. She knows how she looks. She probably feels absolutely terrible. And her one solace in life is that she's got this boyfriend who's home and he cares about her and he loves her.
And she's abusing her.
That's not abuse. Don't throw that word around, Bill. That's a strong word. Don't do that.
She's taking
abusing
advantage.
him.
She's
Stop
taking
it.
advantage of
Stop
it.
it.
She's taking advantage of their love.
She's not. You're making it. That's what I don't. That's what
But
I'm
you're
trying
also-
to get
but
you to
you- but you're
understand.
also-
She's not trying to hurt him by doing this. She's hurting
You
herself.
don't know her. You don't know her.
And you don't know him.
Exactly. So why are you right and I'm wrong?
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm giving you my opinion. Isn't that why I'm here?
You really have a beautiful profile. You know that.
Don't try to throw me off.
No,
with
seriously.
that.
Anyways.
I appreciate that, but don't try to throw me off. All right.
That was a legitimate thought, but I was trying to throw you off a little bit. No, listen. If I just can't figure out what the fuck I was going to say. No.
60 to 70 pounds, it would be very hard for me.
Go back what we were just
That's
talking
true.
about.
We were
But this
saying,
thing, no. She probably feels bad for herself. She probably blah, blah, blah. Hey,
Yeah.
here's something. What if she doesn't? What if she doesn't give a fuck?
No,
There are
she
those
does.
people. How do you know? There are those people who just don't give a fuck.
because she's a woman and she's 5'3" and she's put on more than like 10 pounds, it's just devastating for us. I'm 5'4" and I've been about 25 pounds heavier. I understand.
Still look good though.
You liked me when I was a little bit heavier.
Yeah,
you
I don't mind. I don't
You
mind.
said you liked it when I was a little bit thicker. So listen, it does show. It shows like nobody's business. You are right, sir. It shows. And
Right,
it does
and guys-
suck to have your formerly tight, hot body girlfriend all of a sudden not be that way.
I know, and if
I
she
get it, but-
she looks like she's a retired athlete in her 50s at 24, I mean, what is he supposed to do? He is 27.
So he is still at that shallow age where he's like, calling into question his relationship based on your partner's weight gain.
No,
That's the level of maturity he's at.
Nia, listen, that's a very serious fucking thing. To be that overweight at that age. I mean, if you do that to your body and you stay that way for 20 years, I mean, your body can only take that for so long. And when you're thinking about starting a family with somebody, they have to be around. They got to be involved. They can't be over in the corner, with no energy, lethargic, and then having, on top of that, all kinds of fucking health. That's another thing, too, Nia. You're not going to be able to get fucking health insurance. I mean, what she's doing really is affecting both of them. I'm not trying to be a dick here, but like...
They're not even engaged, though. This is just his girlfriend. That's how you get her to lose weight. You should propose. She'll lose weight with the quickness. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, but then once they get married, she's going to go right back to the Doritos.
Well, then that just means that there is a significant emotional thing that needs to be addressed. So all that stuff that you did while you got her this great bike and a gym membership and all that stuff to support, first of all, that should tell you that a person is only going to change their lifestyle if they want to. Number one, that's the first lesson. That's with drugs or food or anything. Number two, that means you need to go deeper than just the kind of like, these are the things that you do to get healthy.
I got the answer
that
right here.
That means you're either talking or you're suggesting therapy, or you go to therapy to talk about it or something. She probably needs to. If she's got like some sort of like eating
have the answer.
Food addiction or something.
I got the answer.
She's probably just fucking depressed. And when you're depressed, you smoke weed and you gain weight. Like, she's depressed. She's stressed out.
He needs to sit down and decide if it's worth it. Does he love this person enough to ride through this fucking storm? If you're not, if you don't feel that way, then you should just walk. Okay? And then breaking her heart is better than marrying her when you don't love her. So just break her heart, the stress of that and the sadness of that, she won't even be able to eat that big king every day. And she'll probably drop like 15.
Has he stopped loving her?
I don't
Because
know.
if that's the case, then
he's calling their relationship into question. So
that's what I have a problem with.
I don't know why. Because he's being honest. Why can't you fucking be honest? Why can't guys be who we are? We are visually. You know what I love about women is you fucking want to use that shit where visually attractive gets you a fucking drink. Or get you out of some shit. What do you mean? Ugh, like that doesn't fucking work. You want to use it when it works for you, and then you want to use that weakness
when it's to your fucking advantage, and then when it's the other way, you want us to be these fucking understanding goddamn people. You want us to be guys when it gets you a free fucking drink.
We want guys to love us whether we're like the hot body or we gain some weight. That's what we want. We want to not.
Yeah,
even,
you want your cake and eat it. Literally.
We want to not be. We want to live in a world where we don't have to even fucking have this conversation. That's what we want.
Yeah, I want to be rude and fat and selfish.
That's you. That's
and
you guys.
shop
Actually,
and do whatever I want to do, and I want you to still
love me. You guys are already rude
me.
and fat and disgusting and ridiculous, and you get to do that.
But
women can't do that.
As you interrupt me, I'm rude.
We have to be like the hot body, otherwise you call our relationship into question.
Oh, so this one guy is everybody now?
He's not everybody, but we're talking about just a general
you know
scope
what?
of
You're
thing.
you
just
so
said
full of
women
shit.
like to do this and women like to do that, like it's all women. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, but I'm a moron. You're supposed to be a higher being. You're a female.
We are higher beings.
You're not.
Trust us.
You're not.
You're
just as dumb as we are, just in different areas.
No.
You don't think so?
No. Being an emotional person makes you tuned into things that you, as a male, with your basic fucking basicness, can't understand. So we already are high, and we can like carry children. We've got some spiritual level shit that you'll never understand.
Exactly. And you know what we also have? We have some plow through some shit that you don't understand. That you don't understand.
Don't you think
because
you need
every
plow
time
through
you
some
look
shit
at,
and
can
emotional
I finish
shit?
a fucking thought?
No. Can't you be
Jesus
a plow through shit
Christ.
and an emotional? You need both of those things, don't you think?
Yeah, it's called the yin and the yang. But for some reason, you think your yang is better than my yin. And that's the fucking problem. And there's 50,000 shows on fucking TV. As much as you ladies complain about the images on TV, there's a zillion fucking things on TV that are telling you that you guys are right and guys are morons. Start with 90% of the fucking advertising when they show a man and a fucking woman in a relationship. Like that ridiculous one from a few years ago that I'll never fucking believe that they were actually, where she's sitting at the computer and the guy's outside, finds a beehive and literally sticks a broom handle up into the fucking thing and is getting stung by bees because he's a dumb guy and she has to sit down and handle the family business at the fucking computer. Okay? Please do the chauvinistic version of that fucking commercial.
What do you mean, do the chauvinistic version of that? When the
Have
woman's done?
Have the guy figuring out the family business on a fucking computer as she's sitting there looking through a fashion magazine or that's not even at the same level of ridiculousness. What is the female version of sticking a broom handle into a fucking beehive?
They're assuming that the woman is taking care of like the day-to-day run the household stuff, that the man
And
is
he's
too
trying
busy
to
working to
No, he
figure
isn't.
out.
No.
So they're
Go with
trying
the
to,
metaphor.
So they're trying to appeal to a woman's sensibility so that she'll like the product. And then she'll buy it.
And what about
that's all like
what about
it's
the
all
metaphor?
marketing.
No, it
it's
isn't.
not like
What about the metaphor that's going on there? That he's such a moron. He's trying to stick his fucking pole into any goddamn hole he can find. That's
not knowing he can get stung at any moment.
Yeah. Always him getting hurt